Right, everyone, welcome to another video on Impromptu Productions. I'm Connor. Here with me is the always lovely Mr. Vicious Bean. Yeah. So we're doing a tier list because everybody loves a tier list. I like a nice tier list. I've done a tier list. We're going to do it on Call of Duty Zombies, but strictly just in this video from World at War to Black Ops. So I know we have all the maps here, I believe, to Black Ops 3, even though we just found out there was a Black Ops 4 today. It's a little embarrassing, but oh well. But we're going to hop right into it, and we're going to start. We're going to try and do it in order. We're going to lose that. That is going to fail definitely when we get to Black Ops. But the first map ever, World at War Zombies. We all know it as Knock der Untoten, which, if you want my opinion, we'll place it right here for now.
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair. And we're going to run into an issue right away with these maps, I think, because Der Reese, which is in World at War, introduces the Pack-a-Punch and not only changes the game, it just makes it more fun. Because you get to go farther. And, of course, the perks being introduced in our next selection, which is Zombie Verrucht. Where would you say, Alex? Put it right here for now. Yeah, I think C's fair. Even though I have a lot of good memories playing that one, especially solo, and there's a lot of good camping areas, which we didn't even touch on Der Untoten, where the whole map is just you die. You know, if you go pretty far, and I was just telling Alex here, Mr. Vicious Bean, that the furthest I think I've ever went with a group was, I think, low 30s, and it was just no strategy, pretty much just hiding in one room and 4 ray guns just pelting zombies. That is a very difficult map. It's fun though, I have to admit, and I love all the World War II guns, and I think that is why this game does stand apart. Is the weapons they feel so much more unique than the further the game progresses. By the time you get to Black Ops 3 Zombies, it's just all
too much Easter egg, not enough zombie killing.
Yeah, not enough focus on the fun weapon play. It's like skip a rock across the map, and if you get there for enough, stick it up your ass, because that's what we think of you. I'm like, you know what? I like that, but I don't. So let's go to the next one. The most infamous map here, and I don't know. I initially want to put it in D, but I had to say it's got to be in C because it is fun, especially with 4 people. But its big claim to fame was how broken it was. It has a weird glitch in World at War where it caps the zombies that spawn in. So you can just, that's where like the whole Leet thing, Leet Pro Gamer, hashtag Leet Pro Gamer, that's what, 7331. So you can go, or it's, I guess in this game, was it 1,337? One of those. It's either 7,331 or 1,337. Is you just go like a crazy far round because you get the Wunderwaffe, which introduced the second, kind of wonder weapon, right? The ray gun being the big deal in Nacht der Untoten and Verrucht, kind of the backpacking weapon. If you don't have that, really, especially in solo, you're just not going to do very good. And Shi No Numa introduced more traps, the floggers, pretty cool, a different setting. We're not killing Nazis in this one. It's the first time we're not killing Nazis, which is a shame because killing Nazis is more fun. The only good Nazi is a dead Nazi, in my opinion. So shooting them is satisfying in this.
It is. I think with Shi No Numa too, it introduced a lot more like strategy.
Yeah,
like, it was so much bigger than Verrucht or Nacht, and you can run a train. You can kind of have your own space. If you're running with the team, and you could have your train going and just mow them down, and then do it all over again.
Yeah,
but
and
Verrucht and Nacht were very tight maps. Very, you got to stick together and, like you said, ray gun it up or go down quickly.
Really, and now that I'm thinking about it, so I guess when we're looking at big innovations in zombies, the first one, it's hard to say like it's a big innovation, but the big deal is it has the ray gun. Verrucht, you get the electric traps and the perks being the biggest deal. Shi No Numa, not only do you get a new trap in the flogger, you still have the perks, you still have the electric traps, but you also get the, what is it, the bungalow? the little like
the logs?
No, you get the, I'm sorry, I said bungalow, I'm stupid, but you get the little tram. You take the tram down from one of the barracks to like the medic room,
That's
which
right.
introduces another thing, which is pretty cool.
A little escape route.
It gives you more options to like you said, strategize on what you're going to do in the map, which is cool. And again, this one was so broken. And I was just telling Alex the other day, there used to be a glitch where in the first room, the spawn room, you could just hop into a little corner. And if your character said cannot stand in the certain wall you jump into, the zombies would stand 8 feet in front of you. You could just shoot them endlessly. So a broken map, but still think pretty fun. Now, Der Riese is the next map. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't care what anyone says. That's an S tier map for me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because not only did it introduce the Pack-a-Punch, and not just having, like in Shi No Numa, has the little tram that you can take down. It has the teleporters, which were very fun. I guess we should mention in Shi No Numa introduced the dogs too. So a lot's coming into Shi No Numa that really sticks with zombies for a long time.
The Hellhounds.
Yeah, which are, not my favorite, to be quite honest. But they do provide a good amount of difficulty, especially after round 16 or whatever, when they start spawning in regularly, is a real pain in the ass. But I don't think they do that in Shi No Numa. I think that starts in Der Riese. And I think that's only when you turn the power on. Der Riese, vanilla Der Riese, no power, you could just zombie it up the whole time with vanilla weapons. Not that I would recommend that, because the map is tiny, but you could do it.
Good.
I guess it's not tiny, but... So... I love the way the map is set up. Has the most infamous camping spot, even though we agree, not very good. And it's fun. It'll get you to like round 20-ish for sure. But if you're just doing the catwalk strategy in Der Riese, straight up, not going to have a good time at all. Just bad. But so many memories. I love how different you can play it each time. I personally love just getting the wall guns and pack-a-punching and finding out what's good. I think that's why that map was a lot of fun to me. Was the replayability was very high, because you get to try out all the new Pack-a-Punch weapons. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool seeing all of them. Like, you want to try every gun, Pack-a-Punch it up. But yeah, the catwalk strategy. Don't forget the bouncing Bettys.
Oh yeah, you gotta have your safety Betty.
Yeah.
Corner, the graveyard of Bettys, and one rogue butthole that gets his head shot off is gonna windmill his way into it and blow it up, and you're like, there it goes. Like, also the song, the Easter egg song. Don't mind Bane down there, Lincoln. So another thing's cool is besides Easter eggs, I don't know if there was a big Easter egg to do in this one. I don't know. Maybe there was, and I just didn't do it.
Not that I recall.
But I remember my friend showing me, when this came out, mind you, we're in high school at the time, and I think we're sophomores?
Freshmen? Sophomores?
We're sophomores, and yeah, we are. This game comes out our sophomore year, and if you get a Pack-a-Punch weapon and you go to one of the first spawn areas, you can shoot something like a little target way back out of the map, and it's some, I don't know if this is really what it's called. Some guy's like, do the fly swatter, and he shot it with a Pack-a-Punched weapon, and something goes up in the air and flies away, and I was like, what just happened? Like, whoa. So this starts to bring a little bit more of the cryptic things that now I hate, but that was fun because it was harmless and unnecessary. But man, good stuff. Oh, introduce the monkey bombs. Very important.
Monkey bombs.
That little distraction from the zombies, which is so needed because it is pretty heckin' hard. All right, let's keep it rolling. So we are done here. This is it. That was all there was for World of War. 4 maps. Though I do think, I know it seems harsh that we gave them all C ratings. The only one I would consider moving up is Verrückt. I liked it a little bit more, but I'm not going to. And for the reasons I mentioned, just the vanilla-ness of the nature. It's good. Mind you, that's an average grade. So let's go to it. What's our first map of Black Ops? Everyone's favorite.
Kino.
Where's Kino? You know where it's going. It's like unquestioned.
Yeah. Whoop. Classic.
Probably, I don't want to say the easiest map as like something really negative, but one of the easier maps, right? Like I think Der Riese is an easy map. Though I will say about Der Riese is a lot harder solo than Kino is solo. And that again is because in Der Riese, everything's real tight. There's not a lot of places to really run a good train. And Kino, everyone either is running around the entire map, which kind of works pretty good, or you're training in the theater on the stage. And I think that, like I hate the little Nova 6 zombies. I really do. I don't think that added too much for me. There's still the dogs, right? Am I crazy? I haven't played it in years, but I remember
playing every 5 rounds.
Yeah, so yeah, same with
but they did drop a max ammo, which was nice, especially later rounds.
Yeah, that's important. Not just important, that's like integral.
When were the drops?
The drops have been in since Noct. Oh. Yeah, so the drops are always in. I think Kino introduced the fire sale, introduces a Nova 6. Is there anything I'm missing? I will say this: the wall guns in Kino, much like Der Riese, are very usable. And I guess that just applies to all of Black Ops, but more so like the positioning. Because in Kino, like, let's be real. Say you, for whatever reason, have the worst luck and you can't get the ray gun and you can't get the thunder gun, which is, in my opinion, my favorite. I forgot to mention in Der Riese, they add another wonder weapon. They had the Wonder Waffle. Yeah. The Waff or whatever. It's great. It's a electric weapon that can train or chain kill like up to 10, 15 zombies, whatever. You can pack a punch it even better. The thing is, you can hurt yourself with it though, and that is like just like the ray gun, a big pain in the ass. But Kino's thunder gun, you don't have those problems, and it shoots them across the room. Really, the ultimate training weapon, especially if you're running that strategy where you're running around the entire map. It's like a must because you're going to hit a corner and there's going to be someone at some time blocking your way. Yeah. And if you're past round 25, good luck using normal weapons at that point. Even pack-a-punch weapons are starting to suck pretty bad. Though I will say the thing I don't like about Black Ops Zombies in compared to World at War is some of the look of the weapons look very cartoonish in compared to World at War, where they were going for that real gritty, real kind of ism. And like, for example, you look at the Galil in Black Ops, looks great, looks awesome. Then you look at like the HK-21 and you're like, it looks like a fucking Nerf gun. I don't like it. So that is a little bit of an issue. And I don't know though, Kino, there's so many memories. There's so many good places to learn to, if this is where it's going to work. The fire traps were included, first added included.
A little turret as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even in the main room, right? So I don't know. I love the obscure guns were pretty decent, like the Olympia turning into the Hades. I love the double barrel shotgun. It's pretty good. But probably the map I played either the most or the second most. It's right now the two S ones, Der Riese and Kino, are definitely the most played maps for me on Call of Duty Zombies any era. Really, they're just so good. Anything you want to say about it before we move on?
I think with Kino, is at least for me, that's where I really got my love of playing zombies. Is just seeing how far I can go, with a friend or two or full squad. But I think that's what really got me hooked with zombies is that map and just enjoying all the little things, the teleporter and
that's a good one. Didn't even bring that up.
Yeah, we got the teleporter in Kino, and then that's where the pack punch. Everybody looks down and just chucks grenades.
Buy them right off the wall. Keep throwing a few more.
Yep.
Spawn in, get yourself killed because there's like 18 crawlers clogging up the room.
The classic.
The classic kill yourself. What do we call the fire cell? The noob killer.
Oh yeah,
the noob killer, man.
You're one of your dumb friends is going down when the fire cell went.
He's
off.
like, I'm gonna stand in front of this box and I'm gonna buy as many weapons for 10 points as I can. I don't care if I die. I don't care about anything. I have to say too, Treyarch gets an A+. They get an S ranking for Kino just for the placing of the Skull Basher on the stage. Because if you need points later in the game, say you go down, and we've got to mention that this is also in solo where they add the
Self-Revive.
Self-Revive is a perk you can buy in World at War solo. It does nothing because you're not reviving friends quickly anymore because you're by yourself. But in Kino, it introduced the game mechanic where if you buy Self-Revive in solo, you revive yourself. You can do it 2 times? Yeah, so you can buy...
I think 3 times.
Oh, 3. So you can do it all 3. Wow. Yeah. So that really lengthens how far you can go. Or if you want to put yourself on a self-imposed restriction, you don't even have to buy it, right? You see how alpha male you are. 1 life. Let's go. But the Skull Basher, which is the M16 upgraded, is not only decent. I'm not going to say it's great because it is a wall gun at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. It has a noob tube. So not only are you going to get the points from that, you can always teleport up to the pack-a-punch and shoot your pretty powerful grenades down. And for that reason, one of the best wall guns you can get, and gets an S ranking. Next. Yes. probably my favorite map I think Kino is, but probably the most underrated zombies map of all time. I don't think I can give it an S. I don't, but an A is good. I think an A is a very good ranking. 5, you're playing as JFK and Castro and Jerry McNamara, and for some reason Richard Nixon's thrown in there. I love it. But you're a totally different setting. You're at,
Pentagon?
Literally the Pentagon, right? And of course, zombies, my favorite line from JFK, where he looks around and they're like, what's going on? And he's just so calmly, so much confidence. Yes, zombies. So you get to play as these ridiculous characters, and it's a hard map. And that's why it's so much fun to me, is because the challenge is there. You have to deal with what do they call it? The Pentagon Thief, I think. Pentagon Thief, which is one of the coolest, random things. Like dogs are random, Nova 6 are random, which the Nova 6 are the biggest issue in this one for me. Because everyone does that strategy where they all 4 of you are hiding in the elevator, which works pretty good, admittedly.
Yeah.
But everyone's standing up and shooting, and those Nova 6 guys are crawling like little spiders. It's just a real pain in the bun. So I love it. Introduced another wonder weapon, which is the Winter's Howl, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Right? It's the Winter's Howl. If that's not the Pack-a-Punch name, something like that. But what it is it slows the zombies down and then eventually blows them up if you shoot them enough, which is, again, a great weapon for not only solo, but for handling a moment where, people need to reload, take a break, something like that. So you don't have monkeys, you're whipping that thing out and you are spamming, which is awesome. I love that gun. And people hated this map when it came out. Would not even play it. You would look at I'm sure all the games still do that. It shows you how many people are playing, and you would see which ones maps are getting played the most. It's all Kino. 5, take a hike.
Not only that, I remember looking at the leaderboards, like the global leaderboards and everything, and Kino would have like some ridiculous round, set by,
some Mountain Dew drinking Dorito,
some legend that's
bastard,
And then you look at 5 and it's like, around 50, 60, you're like, whoa, like that's a big drop off, and I think that's what it was that turned people off to it.
The difficulty.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, and again, really no good spot to train. I would always do around the elevator room, because downstairs when you go down the elevator, it's like cubicles, like office, and you can try and do it there. And they even introduced a little warp system where you would run downstairs, you'd run into a warp, it would put you in a random spot downstairs. But that's not.
And I think it took you back up.
It could take you back up too. Yeah, you're right. It could take you all the way. It could take you to the start room. It could take you, and that's just not a good strategy. It's just not. It's just not. But I love the whole process of getting the Pack-a-Punch open was fun. I don't know. I think that map gets slept on. I think it deserves a lot more love than you get. I guess this is a good chance to talk about the weapons really quick in Black Ops, because we mentioned some of the wonder weapons, but I think the variety of weapons here is very good. Yeah. Very good. I think the biggest disappointment is how awful the light machine guns are, especially compared to World at War. Because the Browning, which turns into the Accelerator, and the MG42, which turns into the Barracuda, F you all, are awesome. And now I think realistically you can use both. I think the MG42 ousts the Browning just a touch because of the reload time. And that's definitely something you got to consider when playing this game, especially if you're trying to be competitive with it. But the HK, the RPK is definitely better.
You know what I wanted to see too is the stoner. We never got the stoner in.
Yeah, that brings up a good point. Is such an oversight to not just include the entire weapon catalog into zombies. They did that in World at War II with the DP-28. It's one of everyone's favorite weapons to use, even though it's not that great on multiplayer. The DP-28, the big UFO looking gun, which would have been a great light machine gun, I'm sure, especially Pack-a-Punch, call it the Flying Saucer. This writes itself, boys. But yeah, the stoner not being included, especially in a category that desperately needed a better weapon. The RPK shoots so slow.
Yeah.
It is an issue. The HK doesn't just shoot slow. Its accuracy is so bad. It's like bouncing around. Yeah, the recoil
just zooming in your face the whole time.
And then you upgrade them, and they're better. Don't get them wrong, but
well, I mean, let's be honest. Those guns were just solely for mount a bunch of points, and then buy the good guns.
Right, and it's unfortunate too, because this game does introduce the original map packs remastered and with the modern weapons. But we didn't even talk about the goated PPSH in Der Riese. And it's in Shi No Numa and all the others, right? Not Noct, though. That gun is a light machine gun power with submachine gun agility. And that is... Have we got something quite like that since? I don't know. I'm trying to think, but...
Not to that extent.
Not to that extent, right? And I'm just like, man, it's hard to beat that one. But, all right, let's keep pushing from 5. I think the next one was Call of Dead. And...
I think Ascension was before.
What was?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Ascension. I mean, wherever it is.
Counting, what is it called?
Where am I, Ascension? You show yourself, coward. I think here or here.
I'd go A.
I think so too.
Really enjoyed.
I really liked it and introduced a lot. The setting's cool. Of course, like it's dealing with like Russian cosmonaut, like space exploration, and the monkeys are probably the worst thing in that whole thing. There's the mechanic of monkeys stealing your perks.
Your drops.
Yeah, real bad. Did not enjoy that. Just, especially in solo, is such a detriment to you. Like having to run across, especially if you have 4 perks, now you're screwed. Now you got to run across the entire map trying to protect all 4. But I loved the whole gimmick of the flying little saucers take you to other parts of the map. A good place to train, probably. And again, not to discredit it because I don't want to say it's easy, but one of the easier maps just because of its open spaces.
Yeah.
But man, I enjoyed the AK-47. I for some reason I feel like that was like I always got it on that one, and it's a good one. They give you like a smiley face on the red dot. Good stuff. It's good touch. But I don't know. Ascension was, and I don't even think I have it on one of my old YouTube channels anymore. I was training with like 2 people, and we were floating. I think I was on around. It was plus 30 already, and then my internet connection got interrupted, and I'm like, wow. So I just still uploaded it because I had like an old HD PVR at that point, and I was like, oh my god. But I think we had 3 people and 1 person left, and when they leave mid round and it's still giving you the 3-person amount of zombies, real pain in the buns. But the whole shooting the rocket was cool, blowing it up when it went in the air because you got wonder weapons, that was cool too. I don't think that introduced a new wonder weapon. Am I crazy?
Don't remember. I
know this is like our most we love this game, but I feel like, man, there's a lot going on here. Too. Yeah, this is a pretty fun one. But I think the one thing I do like in Black Ops is the zombies walking animations. Sometimes they're pretty good. Of course, World at War has that one guy like straight up goose stepping, and I'm like, that's good. Shoot him first. He earned it. Anything else you want to say about Ascension?
No.
Like the spinny nuclear turbine that you spawn in, that's pretty fun. The first time you don't notice and it kills you, you're like...
We did get some new perks in Ascension as well.
Yeah, you're right. Stamina up.
We got a PhD flopper, what is it called?
Yeah, PhD
everyone's favorite.
Flopper, also known as the best perk. That'll come out in a tier list later. We'll make sure that gets in the S ranking, of course.
Of course.
Stamina is actually good, despite what somebody would think. That is a very valuable perk. It is constantly like should I get that as my 4th perk? Like that is always in consideration. Mm-hmm. Like your 3, I forgot to say, Mule Kick gets added as well. I think this is the first map that you get it, and then they put it back into Kino because it wasn't in Kino and 5. So Mule Kick just allowing you to have 3 guns, which you can understand why that's going to be extremely valuable. You should always work it as, because only one person is allowed to have the wonder weapon, not the ray gun, whatever it's the Winter's Howl, the Thunder Gun, whatever it may be, the Wonder Wall. You should always try and have a ray gun if you don't have that. Yeah. And even if you have the wonder weapon, you should try and have both. And then your other gun, because if you're running like a serious game and you're trying to get far, should pretty much just be a points getter. Like luckily, if you're good, you're going to get to a point where you have like 40, 50,000 points. And then you can try and use something that's stronger, which there are, like, for some reason, some of the wall guns, like the shotguns, seem to be pretty good. The gut shot in World at War, the trench gun was very good. The Olympia was pretty good. But, something that can take, especially later on, if it can take it down or what's the one I said? Mustang and Sally? I feel like that's one you should just have because that should be your 3rd gun because of how powerful Mustang and Sally is. The only thing being an A factor is the splash damage that you take. You don't want that. That's bad. So I think that's really all I have to say about Ascension. That's a good one. Go play Ascension. Go play it right now.
I wish I could.
Turn this video off and go play it. Well, the good thing about having the Xbox One is I can. But the bad thing is there's no online servers. So.
True. Gotta get that land.
The old bait and switch. Yeah, I'm landing in 2022. Hot dog. All right, so now it is Call of the Dead. We're just gonna say it's Call of the Dead. Let's get this turd out of the way. Right. All right. That was easy for me.
Oh, it's a bit hard.
Okay, we'll put it in D.
Yeah.
E. I don't know why there's like why. You know, I don't know. It's messing with me. It's fine. I gotta give this one a D. I didn't like it at all. I don't like that George. I mean, I like that George Romero's involved because I love George Romero, but it's just one of those things where they asked, "Can we do it?" instead of "Should we do it?" Because I don't think even the setting's kind of cool, like the spooky, snowy ship.
I didn't like the like that you could die to frostbite or whatever.
That's so whack.
I did not like that at all.
Especially you triggered me. Hold on, let me help you out here. Yeah, I have hardly no good memories on it, and I remember being excited too. There's nothing worse, right, than getting excited or something and feeling like you've been let down. That's one of those instances where I was really excited for this, and I was let down, and that's okay. Like you can't knock it out of the park every time, and it's not to say I didn't play it. But I can tell you I didn't play much. And I don't have much to say. Yeah. And why they make George Romero become an ape shit enraged zombie, I do not know.
With the studio light.
Yep.
Swinging.
Just carrying. Swinging.
Always watching.
Eyes closed and swinging. Yep. I don't have much to say. If you want to end cap Call of the Dead, I'll let you.
I like the only thing I really liked was
zipline.
No, not the zipline. Going to that one room where you can like hear the knocking on the door, and it's like, you know, all the like, Dempsey and all that like trapped behind the door.
Yeah, they're trapped. Let us out.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, but other than that, it's pretty.
Yeah. The weather hazards make it pretty bad too, and I'm absolutely triggered. I forgot about that. All right, what's the next one? We got Shangri-La, right? I believe so. Shangri-La, get yourself up here. No, this is a hard one for me because I actually think it belongs with Call of the Dead. But would you agree? Do you want it in C? Want it in D?
I'm gonna say I think I disliked it more than Call of the Dead.
Yep, it firmly belongs in D in my opinion. But I was gonna bump it up just for you if you wanted it. But there's so many things bad here.
Yeah, I think
everything.
They just try to throw too much. I think they went for like, what can we do that's new? As opposed to, sticking to their original, plan.
What's wrong with the Enchilada? Yeah. Why'd you get rid of it?
Why is right.
You're like, I hate that thing.
Let's throw that
in. So the problem with Shangri-La for me is everything's tight, right? Tight quarters. It's cool you're going underground, admittedly. There's a lot of cool traps, like the hazard traps. That's cool. They introduced, so the dogs have been introduced. Nova 6 have been introduced. George Romero's introduced. Well, they introduced two, like, for whatever reason, new super zombies. I don't even know what to call them. One, I don't know why we deemed it the Lil Wayne one. I think it's because he has, like, theme music when he walks, and it kind of sounded like, like a rap beat almost. And I was like, oh, it's Lil Wayne. I can't remember. I think at the time we were like, it sounds like a certain Lil Wayne song. We're going to go back and listen to it and be like, what were we thinking? We're so stupid. But we still like Lil Wayne, though. Good job. Keep it going, Lil Wayne. Anyways, there was another super zombie. It was like an Howlers, Echo. I think. Yeah, Howler. It was like an Echo. Yeah, right. It just, the only thing it screeched was my ass because I hated it. But the monkeys were in it too with like the weird faces. That you shot, would shoot. Mm-hmm. It's just
the monkeys that
in the start room.
Your drops.
Yeah. The start room was bad.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they were like giving us like the Arisaka from World at War on the wall. It's just seemed out of place. You know what?
I remember doing like a lot of the Easter eggs on several of these maps.
Oh yeah,
this one was just like, oh my. Like, you gotta, like, spin the totems to, like, get a certain...
correct way. Yeah. And I memed it up and said you gotta, like, put a... Like, you gotta put a piece of corn in your ass and drop it off and make sure you've get rid of the husk by the time... This was like, shoot a meteor up a flight of stairs. Make it land on a pillar. It's like, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather husk that piece of corn.
It was a lot. I think it definitely was that map that they try to add too much at once or tried out too many things on one
It
map.
sucked.
It just was too much, and
I'd rather play Call of the Dead.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah.
You know what? So,
I think maybe
it's about deserving of an E. I might come back to that. So what do we have? One more, right? Did we have Moon? Is it Moon on this one? Am I forgetting anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Moon, I believe, unless I'm missing it, which I don't think, Moon. I'm really torn. I'm really sad now looking at this list, realizing I did not like Black Ops Zombies very much. Do you think it's D or do you think it's C?
I'd go C.
I think you're right.
A little bit better than Call of Dead and Shangri-La.
And I will agree on this one principle. Moon with 4 people that knew what to do. Because the first time you play, again, super cryptic. Oh, you die after a certain round. Why? You didn't get the spacesuit, stupid. Oh.
Cool. Oh, you got trapped in the room with the drill coming down.
Yeah,
Remember that?
You got pegged real hard. And I'm like, dang. Moon Solo is not very fun though at all. It's
and it's a pretty big map.
If there was a tier right here, a D.5, I think that's where Moon.
I think that's what we have E.
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct.
Call of Dead and Shangri-La E.
But Moon had some really neat things. I love the spawn room. Like where if you try trying to stay there as long as you can because it's just spawning.
Especially like round
infinite
2, 3,
zombies is fun, and obviously the whole game spawns infinite zombies. I mean, like they are mad dog going after you. Must be getting your way to that teleporter to Moon. I know this originally tried to conclude like a big chunk of the story. Now, mind you, there's a fucked up like actual story written for our characters. Do I think it's good? No. Will people tell you it's good? Yes. Are they wrong? Also yes. Is it terrible? It's fun. So I can't blame them. It's fun.
I think
harmless. More or less.
The whole story, like I'm talking like the whole zombies, backstory, with everybody. I think they kind of did it on the fly a little bit and just kind of said, yeah, let's go with that and rolled with it. And just kind of started adding more and more like just random things, and I don't think they really expected zombies to be.
I remember reading an interview where the developers were talking about our friend Knock here, which I'm considering giving a B out of respect. Same with Ruck, but I'm not going to. They were like, man, people were getting passed around, 10, and we were like, holy crap, how are they doing that? Like just going past like round 20, and they're like, this is crazy. Like we intended this to be a hard mode, but if there's one thing in life you never underestimate is neckbeards.
True.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I have a neckbeard.
Me too.
So do not underestimate me. Do not underrest a lot of things. How about that? So that's it. That's 10 maps. Now I am gonna tell you right now, I am so surprised. I look back playing Black Ops Zombies very fondly, but now that I think about it, I only played Kino 5 and Ascension. I never played these. Yeah. Oh no,
those were like you got tired of Kino, or maybe you go like a really far game on Ascension or something.
You gotta mix it up.
Let's throw in a Shangri-La.
I gotta play Shangri-La. I remember why I'm playing Ascension, and we have to bring up too. In Black Ops, they released the original 4 maps remastered, and I'm gonna tell you, I played those way more than I played Moon, Shangri-La, Call of the Dead, because it's not like they integrated all of the new weapons. They didn't. They had a few. They would put like the Galil. Oh, remember the AUG? Guys, respect to the AUG. The best. Love it. The Commando. Love it. They put those in Der Riese, for example, ones that you could pack a punch. And they put them in the other ones, mind you, but still. Der Riese in Black Ops, I think, is better than the World at War Der Riese, strictly for that. Now, is it nostalgic, the World at War 1? Yeah, am I going to play it? Of course. But if you're talking about the best form of Der Riese, because I swear they put it in Black Ops 3 and called it The Machine, and it's the same exact map, and it just makes you want to bang your head on the wall because they're like, we have grifted you now into buying this 3 times. But look, we changed the name.
Oh. And they tricked you.
Tricked you good.
Worked on me.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I bought it too.
Yeah.
Except I think my Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I got the game with PlayStation Plus, but I bought the map pack, so I can't play it right now. Bastards. I hate you.
What'd you get?
Yeah, in a game that is, or from 3 companies, or we should just say Activision. So from a company that is so tone deaf onto their fan base and what they want, that is not very surprising to me. Yeah. And I know that's more a Sony issue than them, but more surprising, not surprising that they want us to buy it 3 times. Not surprising that they have no creativity. Not surprising that they're releasing Modern Warfare after they've released a Modern Warfare. Not surprising that they changed the Modern Warfare so they could be like, look, it's new. Not surprising that the Modern Warfare, the original COD 4, they released multiplayer only, was more popular than the Modern Warfare that they made new. So tone deaf that fans have been begging for Modern Warfare 2 remastered. That's all they want in the same exact gameplay that they had, the same experience they had in 2000 and what is that, 9? He meant like 2009. They won't give it to him. They're like, here's soap back. I'm like, you really dropped the soap in this game, bud.
Boo.
I know, so bad. But that's it. I think that's a pretty good list. And if you don't think it's right,
let us know.
That's fine too.
What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Drop a comment.
Yeah, drop a comment and let us know how low we actually should have put Call of the Dead and Shangri-La. F, I think that's appropriate. But that's it for right now. It's enough zombie talk. We'll do Black Ops 3. We're gonna give that its own one, even though it's about 6 maps as well. But
we'll do 3 and 4.
Yeah, I've played 4, so I'm really well versed in 4, yes. Even though we just found out it existed today. That's good. So, all right.
I remember the trailer.
This is Connor and Alex from Impromptu Productions.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Whatever. Let me leave. There we go. 36 minutes.